Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up!
Get up.
You get out of bed this instant.
And turn it on. Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman. The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show here in Singapore. We are the Big Show, and our guest for today is our career strategist, Adrian Choo from Career Agility International. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Glenn, and good morning, FD. Welcome back.
Thank you.
He's not going to be back for long.
He just popped in to see if we're behaving.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the only grown up in the room. Make sure
Yeah.
they are
Well, I
all
don't know
working.
if we'll go that far.
I don't know if I'm the only grown up in the room, really.
You're
Not
probably more grown up, Adrian.
I can't believe he didn't ask his doctor for a few more days of MC.
Right? Such a workaholic.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I had 4 days. Come on.
4 days.
It's not enough
Only.
for what you have.
Asked him for 40 days.
I'll make a call soon.
Okay, so today it's Adrian's going to tell us how to be happy at work, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and this topic came out because just last weekend I was over at a coffee place having lunch, and I overheard a couple behind me, and they were complaining about the job.
You were eavesdropping.
Of course I was. so I was listening, and they were going on and on with each other about how miserable their work was, how terrible it is, and everything. And I commiserate. I understand where they're coming from. And I was very tempted to turn around and give free advice.
It's like, hi, I'm Adrian Choo, career strategist.
But
And you're very capable of doing that, right?
I've done it before, but I just wasn't feeling it that day.
Yeah.
But and I felt bad for them because it really can't be that bad. Because after everything was over, but I like the fact they were both talking to each other, and when you talk to someone about the rough day at work or your rough work that you're having, I think that helps a lot in terms of coping. So today I was thinking, for some of us out there who might be feeling they are not too happy at work, maybe we can do a deeper dive to see how do we make it happier. As the name of our show is Happy at Work, so how do we make ourselves happy at work or happier at work?
So you were saying it was good that these two were communicating because they were, I assume, a couple?
They were a couple,
right?
yeah.
But would it be good for someone like ourselves to have someone to talk to at work and vent the way this couple was with each other?
And that's a great idea, but the issue about safety. Do you feel safe telling a colleague, I hate this boss, or I hate
Gossip,
the work that I
yeah.
do, right?
Okay.
Oh, you shouldn't do that.
I know an organization, very large, local Singapore organization. They actually have employed a counselor.
Oh.
So if people have
Yeah.
problems at work, they go to this guy, right? And he's medically trained. He's a psychologist.
okay.
So he's got the oath.
Okay.
So if you bitch about your boss,
You can't say anything.
I don't know. He's hired by the boss, right?
no,
I
but
wouldn't feel safe.
you have signed.
I don't
You're a
know.
psychologist. You've signed that what do you call it?
Hippocratic oath.
Hippocratic oath.
Yeah.
So you can't tell anybody.
Yeah, I
Actually,
don't know. I know lawyers and
Psychologists take the
I would think so. The
Yes, of
doctors
course,
as
the
well.
doctors.
I don't know. I would
I'm
think
sure
so.
they do.
Actually, we have clients who have engaged Career Agility as their internal career coaches.
Yeah.
So we do the same thing as well.
You're not allowed to speak
we
about
don't,
it, right?
We don't snitch. So
Yeah.
it's like it's a sanctity of the confessional. So
Right.
we don't snitch, and that's where you build the safety net. But if you were at the office and you're not happy with something and you just share it with a colleague, you don't know what the repercussions could be, right?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's
Very
wise
true.
even to tell someone at the office, even someone whom you may know and trust, because he might accidentally tell somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it goes
Yeah.
around.
Yes. Okay, at this point in time, we would like to wish our boss, What, a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Juan.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Are we ready? One,
Yes.
2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to What? What? Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Love you, boss.
Thank you for all that you do.
All right, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. Up next, Lost Frequencies featuring Tom Gregory. This is Dive on Kiss 92.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. What?
Okay, so happy at work. How do we be happy at work?
I think one of the things we need to realize is that work is work. Work is not easy. Work is otherwise you won't call it work. It's so it's a lot of times it's about realizing that it's not going to be a bed of roses. And if it was easy, they wouldn't be hiring you to do it. So when I was headhunting, I used to complain to my boss. I said, "Oh, these customers give us the worst types of jobs to do, the toughest." And you turn around and they tell us, if it was easy, they'd do it themselves.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Right? So it's like, okay. So work is work. But one thing about work, sometimes it gets a bit unbearable. And if you dig deeper, there are two elements to it. The first is what I call tedium. Some work that you do is very tedious. It's like, I don't want to do it. I just don't like to do it. For me, it's the admin stuff. I hate doing admin stuff. Is there something in your work that you don't like to do, or rather not do, Anthony?
To be honest, I like coming up with ideas. I like developing ideas. I hate trying to sell them. I hate trying to sell them. I'll do all that back end for you.
Okay.
But
The pitch and everything.
I always want a professional salesperson to present the pitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So there's a tedium piece of it, and the other piece of it is what I call being the mundanity, the mundaneness of it. Sometimes it's just boring. Some
The
elements of it is just
monotony of it, right?
Yeah, so it's just boring.
Yeah.
It's like for me, every other end of the month, I've got to go through the numbers and everything, accounts and everything, making sure invoices tally and everything. Who's paid. That's mundane.
I think most people don't like that mundane routine because you can just picture it like a cartoon, right? Them going into work, carrying their lunchbox, dragging their feet,
Yeah.
clocking in at 8:45
Yeah.
to start work at 9, and then going for lunch to the same place with the
Yeah.
same people,
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
back to their desk an hour later, and then going home exactly at 5 o'clock. And then this is
Yeah.
play, repeat every day,
And then
you
they go-
know?
and then they go, it's like rinse and repeat every day, right?
Rinse and
Okay,
repeat
yeah.
every day, yeah.
So if you find a job, okay, so the first thing, the tedium part of it, if you find the elements of your work tedium, maybe you can outsource it to someone else to do. Like I'll be very honest with
Can you?
Yeah, I'll be very honest with you. Although I'm really good at writing CVs for the clients, I find it tedious, so I outsource it to Yen. She does.
Okay.
She's really good at it. Anyway, she loves it. She's really good at it.
Okay.
So I pass it over to our co-founder Yen.
But
and
you
she does
guys are partners in this business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What does it come to, say, an admin person who doesn't like doing admin, certain parts of the
Yeah.
admin? They can't outsource it to someone because they're not, I hate saying this, not on that particular rung of the employment
Yeah,
ladder where they
correct.
can delegate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I know this guy who's an SVP, and he joined a Korean software company, and he didn't like the fact that over there everyone had to do PowerPoint presentations every day. PowerPoint presentations. He says, I waste so much time. So he actually outsourced it to someone on Fiverr
Oh,
for like
that's
10 bucks.
smart. Yeah.
But, so he pays like about $200 a month to this person who will do all his slide deck for him.
Is that okay by the employer?
The employee doesn't know, and he doesn't give any sensitive information. It's more the formatting and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, formatting,
okay.
But
the
he
flow,
claims
the
it
transition.
as his own.
He claims it's his own. Out
Okay.
of his own pocket. Because he says...
So therefore, it's his work.
No, I'm saying he takes credit for all the work that's been done in there. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
I think
All
that's
right. Okay.
Because it's the 10... it says if I do it, I'll spend like 10 hours doing it.
yeah.
And I'll just
It's-
pay someone $200.
Yeah.
I free up so much time. So if it's tedium that you don't like to do, find ways to outsource
Outsource
it.
it.
Or even automate it if you can.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think I heard this from Glenn. The first time I ever heard this was, life isn't fair.
Okay.
I think a long time ago we were
That's it?
talking about
Is there
something.
more?
Anyway. No, life isn't fair. How important is it for us to realize that life isn't fair? So you will have tedium. You will have all these things in your life.
Yeah.
You've just got to realize that life isn't fair.
I'm quite sure many people have
That's
said
it.
this.
Life isn't fair. Yeah.
No, but I heard it first from you.
First, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a long time ago.
So like what I tell my kids, life isn't fair. Suck it up, buttercup.
yeah,
Right?
Right.
yeah.
It's not a bed of roses for sure.
Yeah, it's not.
So I was just having this conversation with my daughter yesterday. She's studying for her O levels, and she says it's so difficult. I mean, there's so much work involved and everything. And I said,
Just too bad.
suck it up, buttercup. That's the way it is. I said you've only just started. Okay, you've only just begun.
No, but I mean, when it comes to kids, right? I think teens and all that, they just got to know at the moment you don't have any responsibilities. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to pay rent, you don't have to buy your own clothes, pay for your own food and all that. The only responsibility is to hopefully do well in school.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that they have to do.
It's as good as it'll ever get, right?
Ever. Yeah.
It's downhill from here.
Not that bad, but yeah.
Would you tell your buttercup that?
It's like, enjoy it now because it's terrible in the future.
In the future, yeah.
But I think ultimately it's you're right. It's life isn't fair, and there are things that you have to go through. Like what I said, no, work is work. It's not. And some people say that if you love what you do, you've never worked a day in your life before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And nice platitude, but it's even if you love what you do, and if I ask you to do it every day without any break or any change, I think people you'll be like, I'll be
You still
bored
need,
with this.
you still need a break. Yeah, you need some time away. Yeah. Okay, traffic.
Stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards Tuas before Jalan Baha, look out for an accident vehicle. This is causing congestion till the KJE. Avoid lane 2. Wherever you are today, stay safe. If you have anything else, WhatsApp us 8855-0920.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Excuse me, today I need to use my inhaler because I didn't sleep at all.
Oh,
wow.
This kind of like is waking me
It
up a
does.
little bit because the coffee doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, it does.
Coffee
Have you
doesn't
ever tried that when you're really tired? Inhale.
This-
Oh, wow.
It does
You know
make
Yeah,
what?
this one's really good.
I
though,
never
Tiger
used to
Balm.
enjoy this mentholated stuff. You know, every time I smelled it, but when I got headaches or got sick or anything,
It's quite
it smells
good, eh?
really nice. But now
Yeah.
I like to sleep with it.
I
That's
carry-
like,
I carry
oh
one
my gosh,
wherever
no,
I
I
go.
don't sleep with that. I just sleep with the balm.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
not
right.
that in my nose.
But
no,
I would recommend.
never.
I would recommend this to anyone. I mean, just leave it in the car because sometimes even when you're driving, you feel a bit sleepy. This helps.
But you
I
said
mean,
yours
for the
was
safety
different.
of everyone.
Like mine is a Vicks. Yours is a what?
Tiger
it's a
Balm.
Tiger Balm.
I didn't know Tiger Balm did these.
No.
I had
No.
no idea also where I
Yeah.
got this from. Maybe Thailand.
Oh right,
Oh,
okay,
right,
okay, so it's
Possible.
possible. And it's not even a nose
good.
nose shaped. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Wanna
Anyway,
try it?
no, thank you. No. You've stuck it up places I don't want on my face.
Someone
I'll
take
wipe
a
for you.
picture real quick.
No, he already
Come on.
has a
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
Hey, you've already got one. Okay, good.
Took a shot already. Okay, so
Okay.
back to Happy at Work Thursday and how you can be happy at work if you're not already.
You need to have one of these inhalers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the old school way of vaping, actually.
Oh my gosh.
No, now it's illegal, so you
Much
got
safer way.
A safer way.
Safer
yeah.
way. Okay, so staying happy at work.
Yeah, so I think the first thing we were talking about off air just now is realizing that work is work, and because sometimes work can get tedious, it can get mundane. So one of the things you can do as well is to shake things up, change a little bit. So for myself, sometimes I get bored with, or get if I'm in the office all the time coaching clients, sometimes I just say let's go down for coffee, let's do it in a different setting, or let's meet somewhere else different rather than just. So if you can change things up a bit, it helps a lot. So don't keep doing the same thing the same way because it's going to get mundane after a while.
You know what I find really helps as well? Rearranging your desk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like tidying it up and like moving the computer or moving your chair or if you're able to,
Yeah.
just moving things around or maybe getting a couple of new things on your desk to use, like a laptop stand or whatever it may be, new stationery. And sometimes that really helps put a little freshness into your everyday.
Something I do every 2 months.
What, move your desk around?
Just move
This is why
whatever's-
your back is the way
No,
it is.
Not moving my desk, but moving what's on my desk.
On your desk,
so
yeah.
the desk looks different.
It looks different, yeah. It does help.
Yeah.
It's true. And the other thing I was sharing earlier on about the couple behind me who were talking about it. And one of the, as you were talking, I'm a terrible eavesdropper. Okay, I just listen. I just love observing people. And after the guy was telling how horrible it was, and when he paused for a breath, the wife or the girlfriend looked at him and said, "Look, just be happy you got a job.
Yeah.
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 Your friends, your colleagues, so and so just lost their job, and be happy you got a job." And
Yeah.
I smiled to myself. I said, "What a wise young lady." She was saying,
But is it really? I mean, because you got to take note, right? Many people they may say things to discourage whoever it is who may want to quit at that time.
Yeah.
But the person might be going through a hell of a time,
Yeah.
you know, in the negative sense of
Yes.
the word,
Yes.
at work.
Yeah.
You know, so much so that, you know, he might be under tremendous stress.
Yeah.
So is it really as simple as, you know, you
should-
need to
you
be
should be so
thankful that
lucky,
you have
yeah.
a job?
No,
Yeah.
I think what she's trying to say, correct me if I'm wrong, is be happy you've got a job. Now, you don't like it, every free minute you have, look for something else. But don't give that up yet.
But he's not being abused at work. I think for
Yeah.
this situation, it's just an unhappiness of the mundane
Yeah.
day to day and all that. But I get what Glenn is saying. There are other
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
are not going through that. They may be going through that
Yeah.
mundane, but they may
Yeah.
also be facing things like abuse at work or
Yeah.
whatever else.
Yeah, I know, and I'm very cautious as a coach. I'm very cautious about saying this to people because you come across being very dismissive. Like, I just happy as long as you got a job, you know. Because you're right, Glenn. Not everyone is in a situation where their job is actually enjoyable or whether it's good.
Correct.
So I think we need to exercise some compassion, some empathy as well.
Yeah, yeah, for
I think,
sure.
I think people also need to realize that comparing yourself to someone else can sometimes make you unhappy at work. You know? That whole idea of,
Constantly,
but he. And I've had that with my stuff, and I've turned around and said, okay, now go and talk to him and find out what his KPIs are, what his working hours are.
Yeah.
Find out.
Yeah.
And then see if his job is actually better than yours.
That's
You
it.
need to do
Yeah.
it. Sure.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. It is 8:17.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Pu Tian. Pu Tian would like to thank you for your unwavering support.
But like assuming that this couple were not facing any sort of negative situations at work, and they were just saying, he was just saying, I hate going to work. And she was like, you should be lucky to have a job and stuff like that. I think a lot of people also need to change the mindset of, I have to go to work, I have to go to work, I have to go to work, to I get to go to work. Because there are also a lot of people that don't have work
Yeah.
or are stuck in a job that
Yeah.
they don't want to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the privilege of being able-bodied, sound mind and everything, to have a job and to earn some money.
Yeah, that's true. So it's a shift of mindset, a shift of thinking, right? So I had this client of ours. She felt that I'm very bored going to work. Every day I do is the same thing, and what she does is she goes to the hospital. She works in a hospital. She's a nurse, and she sorts out the operating theatre schedules. She said, it's just every day I'm just shuffling slots around. And I said that actually it's very meaningful work that you do, because if you are able to optimize it, because a lot of times the surgery you don't time it, then the OT is empty for the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting there doing nothing, right? But if you can optimize it, basically you're helping patients get their treatments faster.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying
so
it.
if you go to work thinking, today I'm going to help so and so
Yeah.
do something good, like for you guys, every morning you're not just talking into microphones. You're entertaining people. You're keeping them happy. You're keeping them
making them smile.
making them smile every day for the past 30 years. So I thought that's good.
Yeah.
And that would put a skip in your step when you come to work. It's the same thing for myself as well. And then when we go to work, it's like, wow, how many people can we help today?
You're solving people's problems.
Yes, we are
Yeah.
improving their lives and making them happy as well. So
Not all superheroes wear capes.
That is true. That is very
so
true.
wear jackets.
Yeah, that's right.
That's very interesting. I mean, it's
it is, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Any questions from Facebook, FD, or comments?
The comments are all concerning me and my back.
Oh, that's sweet. That's
Thank
What
you,
very
questions
guys.
do they have? Come on.
No, seriously.
Tell us what they say.
Great to hear your laughter.
Aw.
Welcome back, FD. Thank God you're back, FD. And FD. And FD.
Oh,
FD,
it makes
FD,
you-
FD.
Questions for Adrian. That's how he needs
No,
it.
no.
Oh,
It,
but-
it shows you how much you're loved.
Thank
So
you,
that's
guys.
so
Thank you.
sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, and while you were away as well, so many people showing concern for you, sending
It's
good
true.
wishes and all that.
True.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody who sent stuff to my house as well.
Aw.
Friends, Essence of
that's so
Chicken and all kinds of other things.
Now-
Wasn't us.
Thank you all. Yeah, I know.
So it wasn't us.
Did they send nurses as well to the house?
Yeah, but when she came to the door, Michelle answered. She turned around and left.
Now they all have your address as well. You should be worried.
What, real nurses or what?
Well,
No,
no,
I don't think they were. Yeah.
Singing telegram type
Singing
nurses.
telegram nurses, yeah. So
Okay.
strange.
But it's interesting, because like on FD's situation, one of my friends was a very avid listener to the show, and she was so worried about you, and she was telling me, she said, I cannot imagine the airwaves without FD on because I grew up with him.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's about my age, so she's not like 18 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
I grew up with FD on air.
That's sweet.
So she was hoping for you to come back soon because and I think that's the kind of impact which you have on people, which you may or may not realize it. But it's amazing. So if you look at the work that you do, and
Pressure, man.
No pressure.
No, take that as a
pressure.
compliment.
It is a compliment.
Yeah,
Thank
take
you
that as
very
a
much.
compliment.
It is a compliment.
Yeah, it's not pressure.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think radio presenters who feel pressure in any area will experience performance anxiety.
For sure.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
absolutely. Just enjoy what you do and be grateful that you're able to do what you do
What you
as
do.
well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's amazing, and I think that's why it's all about mindset. Sometimes, if you are at work and you're not happy, sometimes you need to figure out what are the exact reasons why you're not happy as well. It could be a new boss, and
Yeah, 90% of the time, if someone is really, really unhappy, it's because they don't have a suitable boss.
You think so, or it's the colleagues?
Could be as well.
Could be the colleagues as well,
colleagues
but
as
the people
well.
around you.
But
Yeah.
a lot of the time,
It's the boss.
It's yeah,
Because it trickles down, right?
yeah.
I
Yeah,
got to
bosses-
say, we're really lucky when it
We
comes
are.
to bosses. We are super lucky.
We are.
One of the things we do at our coaching sessions, whenever someone tells us I'm unhappy with my work, what's the trigger? Because you were okay 2 months ago, but what has changed? And if you can identify the trigger, then we can start solving problems.
Is that the trick, or is the trick to be grateful for what works
I think
and
that-
not for what doesn't?
But so if you can identify the trigger, sometimes it's like, oh, the boss has become very mean to me, or there's something has changed, or a new colleague has come in that's messing things up. Then you can focus on the actual cause
yeah.
and try to solve it rather than just I'm not happy with my work. You see? So
So
Ma-
based on
Go ahead.
based on your experience, what are some of the issues? Or most of the time.
Usually it's most of the boss. it's the boss.
Bosses,
A new boss comes in, or some new regulation or some new product. So it's episodic sometimes, and sometimes the stressor, the thing that's causing you stress,
Right.
it's temporary. It's temporary. So you don't quit your job just over something just because you're not happy. Over something that's just temporary.
yeah.
It'll pass.
It will pass.
It will pass.
It will pass. So, and sometimes the pressure on you helps you to grow and develop new muscles as well.
Yeah.
So not all pressure is bad. Some pressure helps you to grow. Like when you guys first moved over to this station.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What doesn't kill you makes
They
you
didn't
stronger.
feel any pressure. I felt
Yeah,
so much
he-
pressure.
we
No,
let
you
him
were the-
hold all the
Yeah.
pressure.
yeah.
He's happy
That
doing
first
it.
day, but then only one day.
Yeah.
After that,
After that shift was done,
It was
I
all
was back to normal.
smooth sailing.
So Martin Lee has come on our Facebook, and this is what Martin says. It's not about work that causes unhappiness. It could be the office environment.
Yeah.
How do you combat a toxic environment? We talked about toxic environments and how we should leave.
Yeah.
Martin's not talking about leaving. He's saying, how do I combat that toxic environment?
So it all depends. So I had this. So we had this client who had a toxic colleague,
Okay.
and he got rid of his toxic colleague. You know how?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, by telling everyone else, all the other bosses, what a great guy he was.
Okay.
And they poached him. And he got promoted out into the role.
Great.
Brilliant, right?
plan.
That's clever.
What a great guy his colleague was.
Yeah,
oh
what a
my
great guy.
goodness.
Oh, it's fantastic, you know.
He
it's
must
just-
have sucked it up big time to be able to say something like that.
So he got rid of the colleague just by getting him out promotion rather than stabbing him in the back, right?
Wow,
So
that's
a
a
good
good
idea.
yeah. Yeah.
brilliant.
You don't not many people think that way.
that's a four-dimensional chess, they call it. So it's like
Wow.
3 steps ahead.
Interesting.
So I think it all depends. So like for Martin, what the situation is, if it's a colleague, if it's a situation. But like what FD said, sometimes it's the reason is something that you cannot control.
Yes.
Then if you can't control it, then you might want to consider
Remove yourself.
Yeah, removing yourself, especially if it's toxic.
Yeah.
I don't know whether any of you have been in toxic environments, but I was in one once, and it was terrible. You just simply wake up in the morning and go like, this is unbearable.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, and then I removed myself from it. Yeah.
Not me.
No, I've never been in that kind
Wow,
of.
you guys are so blessed.
Yeah, we are very blessed.
So that's why I think ultimately we need to realize also we have a choice. If you realize you have a choice of making plans to leave, if you need to leave, it's okay to leave. I think you feel a lot liberated. So whether or not you want to leave or not, knowing that you can is a good idea.
Okay, we'll go back on air. Stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
The roads are wet, and that's why we've got quite a few situations to let you know about. On the PIE heading towards the airport after Lawney Road, avoid lane 2. An accident has been reported. Same situation on the SLE towards the CTE after the Lentor Avenue exit. Avoid the rightmost lane, yet another accident. And finally, on the AYE towards Tuas after Penduru Road's exit, look out for another accident situation. Let us know what you spot by WhatsApping us at 88550920.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is from Korea Agility International. He is our career strategist, Mr. Adrian Choo. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Glenn.
Adrian, do you believe that every situation has a good side?
Yes, and I annoy people when I say that because Yen calls me a Pollyanna. Because I'm just a very optimistic person.
Okay.
No, I'm the kind of
That's
guy.
great.
I'm the kind of guy, okay? I'm the kind of guy in a food court now. Person walks in front of me with hot soup, spills it, smack in front of me, right? I go, A, are you alright? B, phew, lucky it didn't spill on me. And my wife will go like, you almost got scalded.
But you didn't.
Yeah, but I didn't. So my default state is always looking at the bright side of life.
That's a great...
It can be
side.
annoying to people around me sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's just the way I'm programmed, I'm built.
What do they call it? Attitude of gratitude.
Attitude of gratitude. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
something
just
like that.
happy. So that's why I always look at the brighter side of life. No matter what happens, I always think that okay, this could be something for the better. And that's one of the things I always for me I love doing is I like to celebrate small wins. So if we close a big deal, yeah, let's all go out for lunch or go out for dinner. And I celebrate my small wins. Sometimes I buy a little something small and simple for myself. Yeah, it doesn't need to be super expensive, but something small, a little token.
You reward yourself.
Yeah, correct. And I sometimes, I very often involve my family. So I will bring them all out for a nice dinner. I say, look, we are going out because, we got this deal, and I share the joy with them. So it helps take away the mundaneness of life, of work. And you just say, okay, it's just fantastic. Let's just go out, celebrate small wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Nice.
doesn't need to be a fancy dinner. It can be anything or any kind of gift
Yeah.
to yourself or your family.
Yeah. So it's a small thing. So but I got this friend I know, high flyer, banking guy. Whenever he closes a deal, he goes out, he buys an expensive watch.
For himself.
For himself.
Oh, nice.
Because
Okay.
it maybe feels it's an investment.
It is as well.
It
A lot
is.
of them
Yeah, I
are,
think so. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
Right?
So he says when I put the watch on, and whenever I'm feeling down or stressed out,
I look at my watch.
I look at my watch. I go, yeah, okay.
It's like, well done, pat on the back.
Yeah, correct. So to him, it's a morale booster. So I'm not saying that we should go and buy expensive watches, but then again, you see, the word expensive is very relative, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's true.
It is.
Yeah, to me.
I mean, women do that every day. They shop, and whether there's anything to celebrate or not, we shop. So we are always in a good mood.
Everyone should shop some more.
Yes.
True. Like
Okay.
that.
We are with Adrian Choo from Korea Agility International. We'll talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. Maroon 5 featuring SZA is next. What Lovers Do on Kiss 92.
Remember, if you have questions for Adrian, just put them through on our Facebook page. We'll try and get Adrian to answer as many questions as we can.
So celebrating small wins, what else can we do?
I'm curious, what is the last little small win celebration you did?
Small win celebration. No, I don't remember small wins. I bought myself a Christmas present, I think the last time. Was it? But no, Christmas
So
present.
long ago.
Yeah, no, my birthday present as well was my trip to South Africa.
Oh, that's
the
nice.
Christmas present was the DJI Osmo.
Oh, yeah.
And my last birthday present was my Kobo. So
Kobo.
yeah, the
wow.
book. Yeah. So I tried it. I've only started it recently.
Oh, that's nice.
To try and get myself. Okay, so we have a WhatsApp message from RC. How to deal with a situation whereby your coworker is not supporting you, and in the end you fail your goals, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Wow. Okay. Is this co-worker malicious in not wanting to help you because he doesn't want to see you succeed, or is it because he's too busy that he can't help you, or what? So you need to
Because
find
it's
out
a
the
different
reason.
answer to each
Yeah.
one, right?
Because,
Okay, let's say
yeah.
malicious.
It's malicious, then you wouldn't want.
HR.
You may not want his help either, because then he might just sabotage you
Yeah,
and give you
exactly.
wrong information,
Yeah.
right? But I think
If they're too busy.
but if they need help, if you need their help and they're not willing to help you, you talk to them first and explain to them why it is important for the both of you or for the company that you get the information by this particular time. If that doesn't work, I think just talk to your boss. Ask your boss to talk to him, or ask your boss to talk to his boss. Just get air cover.
What about if it's a situation where the coworker is not backing them up? You know what I mean? Because supporting could also mean like, I'm going to present this. I
Yeah.
just need your
Yeah.
You're back up.
affirmation
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Maybe they're
What if it's-
deliberately not backing
Yeah,
them
what
up.
if it's a situation like that?
So it's very situational. Sometimes you got to ask why. Maybe it's just a stupid dumbass idea you're trying to push for, and he doesn't want to be anywhere near it.
It could be.
Because he's seen it done before. He says, I'm not going to get myself involved in this. It's a dumb idea. See, or maybe he wants to. There's a lot of reasons. I think you need to sit down and ask him why. And if it's legit, then work around it. But otherwise, ask. I think there's one thing a great boss does is that he helps sweep obstacles out of your way. Obstacles that you cannot sweep yourself. So sometimes you ask your boss to speak to his boss to say, can I use your guy for this? And he will have to listen to his boss.
Yeah.
But then again, if your boss is not being supportive, then you're going to ask, why is your boss not supportive about this? So I've done projects before where I thought it would be a fantastic idea, but my colleagues were not supportive because they thought it was a stupid idea.
Did they tell you?
Not in those many words. Yeah, they say I'm too busy. They're just being nice to tell me that.
So should colleagues have that responsibility by telling another colleague that maybe their idea is stupid? You know, but not in so many words, but at least say,
Well-
you know, I mean, maybe you need to rethink it or,
Yeah,
you know,
I guess
try,
so.
you know,
Not to use the word stupid.
stupid,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be politically correct in the language as well. But
Yeah.
should people tell other colleagues that?
I think you should, because sometimes it's important to give in the moment feedback or some tough love. Then look, I don't think this has worked. This is gonna work. But you know, it's. But if I believe strongly in it and I think it's gonna work, I'm gonna plow ahead and do it anyway. So
Then you're on your own.
yeah, I'm on my
Right?
own, right? And if I succeed, then I'm gonna hawk all the credit to myself. But
I think the other thing you need to realize as someone who asks someone else for help and that person doesn't give it to you, you need to see what kind of person you are. I relate this because I've seen it happen. You ask for backup, for affirmation at a presentation. So, hey, bro, just come with me and, help me do this, right?
Yeah, if I get stuck or anything, jump in.
But you are doing such a powerful presentation that this guy just goes, oh my goodness, I can't get involved in it. You're too strong for the person you asked help from.
But I think if you are too strong, it'll come off as you're already very confident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think for situations like that, it's like literally when you get stuck or your mind goes blank and you're just kind of like lost for words, you know, and that's when you need the backup. But if you are confident at presenting, no one's going to step up anyway.
But there are instances where people
Yeah, that's
just,
true. Yeah, you're
just
doing a good
draw a
job,
blank, you know?
Yeah.
But he's been so powerful to that point that this guy goes, I don't want to open my mouth. I'm not as good as this.
but there are situations as well where your colleague may not be backing you up because you've never backed them up anyway.
Yes,
Right,
tit for
so,
tat.
it's
Yeah.
like- so that's why I always believe, you pay it forward. You if you have a good relationship with the people around you, I think that helps a lot.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure. Be nice. Yeah.
Occasionally, you can
Be
mix
nasty.
it up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
in a while.
Just to keep everything interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Stimulate the
Keep it
situation a
fresh.
little bit, Okay, we're not going on air yet,
No.
right?
No, not yet.
So,
not
so
yet.
what else do we have to do to be happy at work?
Oh, I think Angel has got it down pat on that one.
What?
Take breaks, go on
Oh
nice
my gosh,
vacations.
yes, always.
Yes, if you have something nice to look forward to, the quarter ain't gonna feel so bad, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, I love getting away. I love getting away as much as I can. But I think for lots of people, they like to, they think that you can't just get away for 48 hours, but you can.
Yeah.
You know, you can. Like, you don't believe in that, right? You like doing the longer holidays.
I need minimum 5 days.
Yeah, but I learned, I thought I needed that, but you don't. You know, if you plan it right, especially for us, we finish at 10 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, you're on a flight.
That's true.
You know what I
can,
mean?
right?
You can, yeah,
it's
you
true.
really can.
Especially
And
if it's a long weekend.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah,
right,
and then you get
yeah.
an extra day, yeah. So we have the privilege of our day of work doesn't actually count because everybody starts just before
When we
do,
end.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we get that full day in. So I like to do that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Southeast Asian nations.
For sure, 100%.
you know,
I wouldn't like go to Australia or something, you know.
Why not? Perth is okay.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go to Perth. So, sorry, but yeah, no,
No.
no, I
Lot
wouldn't
to
go.
do
No,
there,
it's
lot to do there.
it's not
Yeah.
it's not on my bucket list. Sorry.
Perth, you can do stuff
You
or
can. It's 4
not do
hours.
anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Perth is a place Glenn should go to
Oh, yeah.
for the golf.
Oh,
For the golf.
And it's only a 4-hour flight, right? I think.
5.
Oh, five. Yeah.
A lot of Singaporeans go there
I don't
for
think I
golf.
do anything more than 4 or 5. What was Hong Kong?
too
5
many
hours?
kangaroos there.
Too many-
On the golf courses,
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, it's true.
Really?
It's true.
Yeah.
There are a
Hit
lot
the
of
kangaroo, win a toaster.
So in that there are many kangaroos. What else will be on the golf course? Poop.
Oh,
Kangaroo poop. Yeah.
Oh,
Kangaroo
wow.
poop.
This is true.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Very true, very true. Question on our Facebook. How do you deal with negative thinking a negative thinking teammate who breaks down easily at work?
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear.
Buy him a box of Kleenex.
I think no, the one that breaks down is a she. The one who's writing is Larry. He.
Okay.
How do you know it's a she? Oh, he says
He says
she?
she.
Right.
So
Buy her 2 boxes of
negative
Kleenex.
thinking and breaks down all the time. How do I
Okay,
work with someone like that?
My advice, if you're a guy, leave her alone. Because the last thing you want to do is to be a shoulder to cry on and then something happens or other, especially if you're married. So, and I've seen that happen before. So if you have an
Consolation and all
emotional,
that.
female colleague, don't go there.
So
Okay.
what do you do?
Tell the boss.
I mean, like, it could be
just encourage her. Say no, things are gonna be fine, but don't go. Oh, do you need do you need a shoulder to cry on?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
it
seen
happens
things
all the time.
go. I've seen this happen sometimes. I've seen it happen before. So don't go there. And I think that's really important to. And I've given advice before as well to an individual, and he was thankful for it because a colleague actually did that and
Oh,
and
So what,
got into trouble.
be careful, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was she pretty?
Apparently she was.
Oh.
So that's why. So you don't want to do
Very
that.
strong willpower there.
So if it's emotional, I mean, you can just give some words of encouragement, but that's about it. Okay. Ultimately, you don't want to take on another person's burden. You don't want to adopt. You don't want to adopt a puppy.
But it's very hard to tell what kind of breakdown this is because some people are not breaking down because things are not good outside the office.
Yeah.
They
Could
could
be
just
stuff at
have
home.
no, they just have anxiety issues. Like they can't handle pressure. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
there are some
yeah.
people like that, but it's just like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, and then they break down.
Or sometimes it's like what FT said, the internal home matters or whatever.
Yeah.
It
is,
could be
when
that
you're
as well, yeah.
And then it manifests itself when the pressure piles up at work, and then you go and talk to the person, and then you get caught into the person, and then you get into trouble. So,
Yeah.
10-foot pole
Oh,
policy
okay.
of mine. Don't even go there. So do not adopt what we call broken
puppy.
Yeah, what we call broken birds.
Okay, so here's this person. who
My
breaks
shoulder
down-
is available.
Here's this person. Your shoulder is always available.
Everyone needs
A shoulder to cry on.
Come.
Okay.
Everyone needs.
So, if
my
I know this
favorites.
person
One on
is
the
like
left,
this,
one on
right?
the right.
Negative thinking, this person breaks down easily. I want to help this person by going to manage. Who do I go to? Do I go to my boss or do I go to HR?
Okay, you can ask
Okay.
Adrian that.
Hold
on
that
air.
thought.
Hold that thought.
Kiss 92 traffic.
If you're heading down the AYE, there are a couple of situations to look out for. Towards Tuas, after Penjuru Road's exit is an accident. And on the AYE towards the MCE, before the Yuanqing exit, a vehicle is having a little bit of trouble there. Also on the SLE towards the CTE, after the Lentor Avenue exit, avoid lane 4 if you're headed down that stretch. A vehicle's broken down. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Glenn Angel, the Flying Dutchman, and Adrian Choo, of course, our career strategist.
So we had a question that Larry brought up about a colleague who has got negative thinking and she breaks down easily. Now, I want to help this colleague, so I don't want to get involved, but I want to help. So do I take this issue to my boss or do I take it to HR?
But I think it all depends. I mean, if you're closer to your boss, then just just inform your boss, because I think he should know about it as well. That he has an emotional teammate that the boss needs to manage. So I think the boss needs to know, not in a complaining, whiny kind of thing. Just,
But still, she's
I think you
be
should
so
know.
pissed off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was
that's
just
the
thinking,
thing.
like,
Yeah.
why are you going to tell the boss? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or HR.
Yeah, why,
I mean,
why can't you just come to
if
me?
it's a one-off thing, then then you let it slide. But if it's continuously, she's crying in the corner.
You're like, she's a crybaby. Stop her. Yeah, no. Don't do that. Okay.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Okay.
It's gonna be sensitive. HR is gonna come after you. You do that. So,
Yeah.
so just inform your boss. Say that I just want to. I think you should know about this particular behavior, and leave it there. Don't try to attach reasons or whatever they say.
'Cause you don't know what's happening.
Like she's
Sandra was
clingy,
crying.
then how?
Even more is just to leave her alone. So,
If she can't get off
Run away,
Glenn's
basically.
shoulder, what would happen?
Actually-
if she's clingy, we'll send Glenn in.
All right.
He's like taking jobs now.
Because I have the strongest willpower, right? It's like,
sure,
yeah.
sure you do.
You can cling on me as much as you want, but you ain't getting a piece of me. No. I'm just saying that. Anyway, I'm a bit sleepy right now.
He's trying to stay awake.
I'm
as
trying
much
to
as possible.
excuse me. I'm like yawning and all. You know why? I'm training my body
For what?
for Australia.
Oh,
for-
yes. Okay, that's
This-
right.
Yeah, there will be days where we'll probably go without sleeping.
Long days,
So I was
yeah.
just trying
Long
to
days.
test myself. Yeah, the whole of yesterday, right? I mean, played golf and all that. Night went for dinner, and then after that, okay, stay awake. And I was all nice and alert till 6:30 this morning.
Yeah, and then now you're kind
And
of like
then now
sliding.
I'm kind of like
Crashing.
yeah, but I feel like I'm about to hit second wind very soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Once that comes
and then
back.
I'll go
you'll be
home and I won't be able to sleep.
Sleep, yeah.
And then I've got golf again
Oh,
at
dear.
1 o'clock today.
Okay,
So we'll see how it goes.
So in case you're listening in and you didn't know, we are headed off to Queensland. We leave tomorrow, but next week's entire show will be broadcast live from Australia.
Yes.
So tell all your friends about it. We'll be in different locations telling you why you should visit Brisbane. It's going to
And
be a lot of fun.
A week from now, they'll all come back and they'll all be talking like, you know.
No, we won't,
Yeah,
we
right,
won't.
yeah.
We
Sure you won't.
absolutely- no.
You'll come back, the first thing you'll say is, g'day.
No, absolutely not. No, that's you.
It's very British. His accent,
No, it's very
so-
Australian.
It's very
He's
Australian.
very good. He's very
G'day.
good with
Good
that.
eye.
G'day, mate.
That's you. Don't do that. Just speak your normal.
Why?
Because you sound terrible
Why?
trying to do
That's
accents.
not true.
Okay,
It's-
Good eye.
You're
the
terrible.
questions are coming through for Adrian.
Good eye,
Some of
Sheila.
them. Stop it, both of you. Questions coming through from Adrian. Some of them not related to the topic,
Okay.
but interesting. Question from Lavinia. Someone takes too many MCs. What do you do? Especially when you see the person out shopping. Is that termination worthy? If you know what I
I think
mean.
if too many times, yeah. I mean, okay, are you the boss in the first place? If you're the boss, yeah. Bring them in, log it down once, twice. Third time, it can be a disciplinary issue.
Let's say I'm just a colleague.
If you're just a colleague,
Just leave it alone, right? Not your business,
Yeah,
right?
if it's not your business, leave it alone. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, but you got to squeal at your colleague?
Hey.
but
No,
if it's
don't squeal.
Did you just hear what FD said?
No,
Now
you know,
we know.
No, you know why
Yeah,
I
boy.
say
Now
this?
we know.
You know why I say
Why?
this? I know companies who actually want people to whistleblow.
Yeah. On your colleagues.
It's common.
Especially if it's the same colleague who wasn't going to support you on
Oh,
your projects.
no.
You know, you
Never
can whistleblow
Don't
about other
whistleblow.
things, more
More important things,
serious
right?
things.
Safety issues. and
Yes,
everything.
yes, yes, but not
Not
about
on your
someone
colleagues.
shopping, yeah.
Never,
Yeah.
never.
I'm shocked, FD.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just what's here.
No. Just now it sounded like you were the one.
Oh, I would never
Oh,
whistle.
now
You will
we
never, right?
know.
You will
Okay.
never
Never.
squeal on us, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay, we have a question from Nina, but we can address that when we go on the Big Show TV.
Okay, you see, I'm feeling wide awake now.
Oh,
Yeah,
your
it's your second
win.
win.
Wide
Second.
awake! It's Conan Gray with Winner on Kiss 92.
Packed my bags of 14.
All you need to
Inhaler
do,
aside.
all you need to get a second win is to bully FD. That's it. Then you're back
Oh,
up
maybe
again.
that's what it is. Okay.
I am such a good punching bag.
There you are.
So Nina has a question from Facebook. She goes, how can I be happy at work if my department has a high turnover rate and also a shortage of manpower?
Wow.
That means what? She's working alone.
Possibly,
Short-handed.
maybe
Everyone's
maybe
gone.
very short-handed on top of workload.
And I can
So that
understand
means-
where Nina is coming from, because the reason why there's a high turnover is because it's probably a crummy place to work. And it's a problem that makes itself worse, because when more people resign, even more short-handed, and the bosses will say, too bad, we're not going to backfill.
Yes.
Question
Yeah,
is,
just
why
worse.
is Nina
so
still there
do
though?
this. Nina, can you also handle that? Nina,
Yeah.
Yeah, you start
can you do the
multitasking
work
the
of
person.
5 people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
On one salary.
I
On one
wonder,
paycheck.
I wonder what
Yeah.
makes her stay and the rest go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if it's a high turnover and shortage of manpower, how come she's still there?
Yeah.
That's
So-
an interesting question.
You know?
And I think
Maybe the boss is nice to her,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
She loves what she does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so she feels appreciated.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I think if that happens, which comes on to my fifth and final point, is that if you make plans for an exit, and even if you don't execute on it, but you know that actually this other company, I got an open offer with them. Anytime I want to join them, they'll take me in. It makes your daily life a lot more bearable as well, because you know you have an exit strategy. So what we always say is, even if things are going well, but especially so if things aren't going well, have an exit plan. Put it in your pocket. Go out, network, get a job, go for job interviews. So at least you know that you can have an exit, rather than feeling trapped that there's no way out.
How do you have an exit plan if you're having a good time at work, though? Do you know what I mean?
Always have an exit plan.
Really?
Yeah, always have an
But
exit
like you're enjoying
I'm
your
What
just
about
like
work.
marriage? Do
What
you,
about it?
Like,
Have
should you
an
also
exit
have
plan?
an exit plan?
No, cannot.
No.
The exit plan. The exit plan.
answer
for,
was very
for
quick,
marriage is
no.
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 Right.
But if you want an exit plan, it should be in a prenup, not in.
This is true as well.
But I
This
like
is
that
true.
question from Angel about how do you have an exit plan when you're enjoying work? Because knowing you have an exit plan in the back of your
It's
head,
like planning
you're
already,
almost-
right?
Yeah, you're like fault finding what you're doing.
Exactly.
I think the other way around. I think if you have an exit plan, you actually think that okay, fine. Of course, your job's not going to be fantastic every day. But also, you need to realize that your job's not going to be there for you forever. There may be a time where either there's a retrenchment coming up or a new boss comes in, like what Joseph Schooling said last
This
week,
is
right?
true,
the
yeah.
good times don't last forever,
Yeah.
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
So
Was it
so-
last week or was
This
it?
week, Tuesday, 2 days ago.
2
Yeah,
days
2
ago.
days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
On the show, lah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the good times don't last forever, and I think if you recognize it and you start making plans for the exit, and it does not need to be an immediate exit, but just an option you can exercise
Of what you can do.
Yeah, or even just saving up for enough money,
Freedom fund.
freedom fund.
1 year, right? You said.
Yeah, 1 year, or even 6 months freedom fund. Okay, if you can afford it. You say, okay, fine. If it gets too tough, I'm just going to quit. I'll take 6 months to a career break. And I think even that can be quite liberating.
But you're right, though. You can't be complacent that your job will be there for you all the time.
All the time.
Even though you love it.
Yeah.
In this fast-paced working environment, particularly Singapore, is 6 months too long a break?
No. I know people who've gone through 18 months career break and come out the other end of it in a better job. So it all depends, because in the 18 months, if you're doing some amazing course or some work upgrading, I think it's fine.
I'd go to Bali and sit on the beach or something.
We were off for 6 months while we were waiting to
Come here.
to come here.
No, but we had this.
You had
Yeah.
two. Yeah, you already had
We had
something.
this,
Also, you
you
talk
know.
about
You
if
say
you
you
don't
had
have this.
something.
yeah.
You're taking 6 months to find a job, to relax and find a job. You know what I mean?
Gigolo. lah,
Hey,
during
yeah.
that period.
Oh, that one can.
Oh, wow.
Side money.
Especially when you're back now.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll be doing quite a lot.
Haven't heard of
Oh,
those.
very little.
Those suspension rigs.
Oh my gosh, zero gravity.
Zero gravity rig. Yeah.
Oh,
But
we need
it's such an 80s word, don't
What?
you think? What I just said.
Gigolo? Oh, it
Yeah.
is.
Who uses that word?
What are
anyway?
they calling
No
them
one.
now? I don't know. Escorts?
Escorts.
Escorts.
Male
Escorts.
escorts.
Gentleman friend. Who is that gentleman friend of yours? Okay, we sidetrack as always.
Yes, as we always do.
Yes, as we always do.
Yeah, but I think it's always good to have a backup plan, and especially when things are going well. Then you don't have to be in a panic state, and then you make suboptimal choices. So I think always have a backup plan. Even before I embarked on starting career agility back in 2018, I told my wife that I gave myself 6 months. If I fail, I'll fail fast. But I got a backup plan if this doesn't happen. But within 3 months, the business was so good.
What was
that,
your backup plan?
I was
if you
about
don't
to
mind
ask
me
the same
asking?
question.
Yeah.
What was your backup plan?
Go back to
That's not what you're
headhunting?
thinking. No. The backup plan was I was going to go back into headhunting.
Back to what you were
Yeah,
doing.
because I actually had offer in hand already. And I said, okay, fine, I'll just put it there. That was my escape clause, basically.
Headhunting is interesting, huh?
It's fun until it's not. So it's
Just like
it's-
everything else.
Yeah, it's fun until it's not. And I've been doing it for 15 years, so it's like a bit of a drag. So,
So
I want
it's
to be a
getting
headhunter,
mundane for
actually.
you.
I think you
I want to be a headhunter for DJs.
So it's like a talent scout, basically. Yeah, you
I think
could.
You should.
You could. Why not?
I think it'll be great.
You've got a great knack for picking people.
Yeah, and training
so.
them. And training them. You should be
the
an
training part, I
agency.
think I'll hand to somebody else. But I like to pick people with potential.
He finds that raw talent.
Yeah.
To brighten it, he leaves to someone
But
else.
I'm a lousy
he's
trainer,
able
I
to
think.
find
Oh,
that,
okay.
that raw talent.
Yeah.
So that's good that you know what you're good at, and you can just hand it out to the training piece to someone else, right? So
Ooh, FD. FD is a good trainer.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
This is true. Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
And actually,
We'll get
the
get started.
Angel also is a good
The
trainer.
two of us will train. He'll go and find.
Yeah.
Okay. Ken.
And we'll create stars.
Ooh, I like
Absolutely.
it. We'll call our agency The Big Show with Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman. We already have a name.
The big agency.
There you go.
I think Eric summed up this morning quite well. He said, "Don't compare, accept life is unfair, and go for skills improvement. You'll be happier at the end of the day."
that sounds like a haiku. Yeah, it sounds like a poem. Nice.
It does.
But
I
don't
agree,
keep
sir.
on harping on the fact that life is unfair. You keep on saying
Yeah,
life is unfair, life
it
is
is going
unfair,
to be
life
unfair
is
to
unfair,
you.
then you're going to feel something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
actually,
Yeah.
I agree absolutely with Glenn.
Yeah.
Okay, whenever my daughter or my son, when they were younger, they said life's not fair. And I said, actually, life is more than fair.
Yeah.
The very fact that you're born with 2 legs, 2 eyes, and you're born as a normal, functional human being. The fact that you're born in Singapore at this point in time, in a family that's okay, you've already won half the lottery of life already.
Yeah.
True.
Isn't it?
That's true.
So as much as sometimes we say life isn't fair, life is more than fair over what we have. So
Correct.
so sometimes it's not for us to bemoan. I know I sound very preachy here, right? Not to bemoan what we don't have, but I think we should look at
Be
what
grateful
we
for what you have. I used to say shit happens all the time. No, really, because
No,
that's
which
like
is
life is fair.
true.
Shit happens. But then after a while, it's just like, it doesn't. Because, I mean, you build what you can based on what you know. And if you make stupid decisions, then you just do. You learn from it, right?
have. Yeah, because I was telling my son, I said, look, when he was young, I said, look, if you were just by the lottery of life born 50 kilometers south into Batam,
Yeah.
how different would your life have been?
Yeah.
The education system there and everything, it's just totally different, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I've got a different take on that. It's like,
Okay.
shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
But knowing that, you won't let it affect you. You
Okay.
know?
This is the last talk set here. Dip It Low, Christina Milian, right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. We have been in the company of Adrian Choo from Korea Agility International. You've got one last question, I think. Did you have a question
no,
for
I just-
Adrian?
Oh, you had a different take on the whole.
On shit happens.
Yes.
Because to me, excuse the language.
Yeah. Okay.
bad things happen all the time. But keeping that, and life is not fair.
Yeah.
Keeping that in the back of your mind means you're not going to let this affect you because you know it's going to happen. No matter what you do, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So knowing that,
Yeah.
you don't let it affect you.
Agreed.
That's my take on it.
Because life can't be a bed
Absolutely.
of roses all the time,
can't.
right?
Absolutely.
Can't-
And the
Keep
day
on
you,
saying it's a bed of roses, and it will be
Yes.
a bed of roses.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if you keep looking at things and say, oh no, stuff happens, bad stuff happens, then you end up having a victim mentality.
Yeah.
And then you don't get out of it.
Yeah.
So I think you're right.
Life is a bed of roses.
Stuff happens, just get on with life.
No, I said
I
life
feel-
is a bed of
I know.
roses. We have
I-
two
I-
different conversations going on.
I know. It's like,
two
MD is
would
saying
say
one
one thing
thing,
and you're
and,
saying
and
one
I
thing.
think both of us are saying something
something
else.
else,
And,
yeah.
So,
okay.
another typical morning on.
We agree to disagree.
Yes.
Okay, Adrian, any last words before we let you go?
Well, enjoy the weekend. It's coming up ahead, and I think it's for those. I know a lot of people who are still taking today and tomorrow off. It's a super long
Good for
weekend.
them, huh?
So for those of you who are listening in, enjoy your super long weekend. But weekend's coming again, and good luck to the two of you and the whole gang in Australia.
Yeah.
Make
we-
sure you watch.
Yeah, we will see you in a couple of weeks because we won't have our usual contributors next week.
Yeah.
We'll have all the guests
Yeah.
on
Yes.
ground
That'll be so
in Australia.
Australia.
So
Have fun.
we will
Queensland
have
is
fun.
wonderful.
Yeah, we will.
I miss it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Adrian. And if you want to get in touch with Adrian Choo, you can at Career Agility, info at careeragility.org, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I think I'm getting sleepy again.
You need
Thank
a third,
you, Adrian.
You need a third wind.
Headline news and sports up next.
The only way to get out of bed.